Um, Nathan, for Thule though, what game are you most excited to see him play in this year, or even what game are you most excited to see in general?
Probably, I'm really looking forward to the Oregon game. I think the Huskies and the Ducks they've kind of had a great rivalry. I mean, they've been playing since the 1900. Um, the Huskies have the edge, but then of course the Ducks in recency, looking at recency bias, they have the big edge going. The Huskies are only 2-14 against the Ducks since 2004. But then I think that the Huskies, this might be the year that the Huskies kind of shock the overall NCAA college football fans on the East Coast everywhere. As I think, as much hype as the Ducks might be getting, I think the Huskies are kind of running under the radar, especially with how this season has kind of transformed with all these players opting out. Yeah, the Huskies lost Joe Tryon and Levi Onwuzurike, two key pieces on their defense. But I think these Oregon Duck losses might hit them a lot harder. So first off, you look at it, 4 of their 5 offensive linemen from last year graduated. They're gone. The one guy who was still there, Panini Sewell, he's opted out. So they've got 5 brand new offensive linemen. And then you look at some other guys who opted out. 3 of their 4 defensive backs opted out. They've got a whole new defensive back. So I think that the Huskies might be able to expose them a bit with whoever the Huskies have under center. They might be able to get some passes going with these young Oregon defensive backs, and I think make it a much more exciting game than most people might think.
Yeah, I mean, honestly, from the stats you just pulled with what like the player and personnel they have missing, I think you just want to see them get just romped on, man.
Well, I would love nothing more than a 2016 60-point to 20-point destruction of the Oregon Ducks. I would love nothing more than that.
That would definitely be sweet to taste and watch.
Yeah, that would be fun.
For me personally, I'm a big fan of rivalries. One of the best ones in the Pac-12, maybe in the nation, definitely the state we're in, is the Apple Cup rivalry between us and Wazoo, and that's the game that I really want to see this year for a multitude of reasons. One, it's not going to be an easy game. What with the big asterisk on the season, I mean, obviously you've mentioned it already. We've lost Levi and Joe Tryon, 2 huge key pieces for our defensive side. While Wazoo at the moment, and correct me if I'm wrong if you've heard anything else or if anyone in chat knows more about this, I'm pretty sure they're only opt out this season with the wide receiver they had, Cassidy Woods, who didn't do all that much last year. I think he had a total of like 8 receptions, something like this is like I'm scraping the bottom of my memory when I was looking at his stat page. Like he did not have many, like nothing about his stat page. No offense to Cassidy Woods, maybe he didn't get enough playing time, very few targets. I don't know. Looking at that guy's stat page, I saw nothing that jumped out to me. And unless I have to go back in later tonight and like look at their depth chart, see how many seniors they had leave last year, their roster at the moment seems pretty much untouched by the pandemic and opt-outs. And because of that and a couple of other factors I'm going to get into, I think this is not only going to be a great game, but it's also going to be one that isn't just a cakewalk. So it's going to be one that's going to be fun to watch as well for both sides. Going further into it, I want this game to happen in December. That's a fact. I don't care what other month it happens in. It has to be December. Sorry, it has to be December. And I need there to just be some cuss word ton of snow. You know, I just need there to be a lot of snow on the ground. I need the game to be just a massive just dog pile of just plays being run. I need slugfests breaking out all throughout the game, not actual fighting. So I want the game itself to be a massive slugfest. And I think because of this, we're going to get to not only see a great game, we're going to get to see a dub for you dub, which is almost spoken for at this point. I mean, in the last 7 meetups we've won every single one. Wazoo never scored more than 20 points in any of those games. They had a high of 17 a few years ago and a low of 10 a few years after that. I think winter is coming. I think snow is coming. Washington needs some snow. It's been too hot lately. And not counting people who live in Pullman or are Wazoo fans. I mean, who in the Pac-12 doesn't want to watch 2 interstate rivals just battle it out in an inch of snow in the middle of December? On TV, I might add, because none of us have to freeze our butts off in person this time.